Welcome to another S&P 500 analysis. This is a midweek edition. The S&P 500 put in a reversal day today after a new all-time high open. It ended the day with a loss. So is this the top? In this video, we will look at the sentiment, the market internals, the price action, and any clues from the market that might help us to answer that question. In addition, I'm going to show you a few autonomous driving stocks that might be worthwhile to keep an eye on for 2021. Stay tuned. Let's start with the market sentiment chart. We see the VIX is still relatively low near the 20 level, finished the day with 21.99. And the put-call ratio indicating still risk on, it finished the day at 0.46. Moving on to the market internal, the up-down volume ratio is a positive 1.18, meaning more up volume than down volume, and the daily advance decline is positive, although the advancer led the decliner by only 104, but nevertheless it's still positive. The NYSE new 52-week highs outnumbered the new 52-week lows by 338 today, relatively strong number for a down day. And the New York Stock Exchange cumulative AD line has a small positive divergence against the S&P 500. For the NASDAQ market, the up-down volume ratio closed at a ratio of 2.2, and the daily advance decline is negative, and the decliner led the advancer by 508. But the NASDAQ new 52-week high outpaced the new 52-week low by 634 issues, and that is a quite strong number for a down day where it closed down 0.23% or a little bit over 31 points. And the NASDAQ cumulative AD line showed no divergence against the NASDAQ 100. Now let's go look at the indexes. On this daily chart of the S&P 500, we see the price bump up against this upper channel trend line once again and encounter resistance. Looking a bit closely on the 60-minute chart, we see the S&P 500 is able to hold above this 3902 level. So if today's reversal continued, then we'll be watching for the possibility for this thing to pull back to somewhere near this 3824 area, which would be also in confluence with the lower channel trend line. And if the upside continues, then we're basically looking forward to break out of this channel and possibly for a surge toward the 4,000 area, and that's when we will start looking for a possible near-term top. And on this daily chart of the NASDAQ 100, we see it found support near this 13,549 area. This level is derived from a major move of this consolidation area here. And it represents the 78.6 Fibonacci extension. If the NASDAQ continue to move up, then we're basically looking for this to come up toward the 14,000 mark. And that would be also in confluence with this 100% extension somewhere near the 13,900. And if the NASDAQ continue to pull back, then we'll be keeping an eye on the gap fill here near this 13,400 area and the 618 Fibonacci extension somewhere around the 13,275. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on the other indexes, other than just quickly run through it. We'll cover it in more detail on this weekly S&P 500 video. Okay, so for the Dow Jones Industrial, it closed at a new all-time closing high. The Dow Jones Transportation did not close at a new all-time high or a new closing high. And the Russell 2000 also did not close at a new closing high, but it did put in a new intraday all-time high. Now, normally when we see that the Dow Jones Industrial made an all-time high, and we want to see some confirmation either from the Dow Jones Transportation or from some other indexes. And fortunately, today we saw a confirmation from the New York Stock Exchange Index, the New York Stock Exchange Composite Index, and it too closed with a new all-time closing high and also put in a new all-time intraday high. So did the S&P 500 form a top today, put in a top today? Well, based on the sentiment and the market internal, there's no sign to say the S&P 500 has indeed put in a top. And there's one more thing that I want to show you. That's one clue. That one clue that is telling us there is a high probability, another high for the S&P 500 will be made in the near term. On the E-mini S&P 500 Futures, it made an all-time high during the Globex hour on the 10th of February, and the high is 3928.50. Now today it got up to the high of 3912.25, so it did not come up and tag that Globex all-time high. So in the past, we have seen that the all-time high that is made during the Globex hour will be tagged during the regular trading hour. So if that stands, then we would have a high probability to see the S&P 500, E-mini S&P 500 future to at least come up and tag this 3928.50. And that implies the S&P 500 will also come up and put in a new high. Be sure to smash that thumbs up and help me promote and share this video on YouTube. In this segment, I'm going to talk about 3 stocks that are involved in the autonomous driving development area. The first stock that we're going to look at is FRSX, Foresight Autonomous Holding. You can see that it had made quite a move already ever since back in November, December timeframe, and it was under $2. And today actually got as high as $12.14. So one would say, well, why am I chasing this stock here if you already make such a substantial move? Well, the thing is, I believe that there are still a lot more possible upside for these autonomous self-driving development company, because I think with Tesla releasing full self-drive software sometime during 2021, that will certainly generate a lot of buzz for autonomous driving, and these companies will catch some attention to that, and then we probably see some FOMO coming in and try to chase these things up. So as you can see right now, it's essentially broke out from this pullback here when it came up, and it pulled back to this near this $8 level, and right now seems to be bouncing back up and took out the prior high after it broke through this trend line here. So right now I'm basically looking for a possibility of maybe consolidate a little bit here and then get another push. So keep an eye on that. If it pull back, then I'd be looking at this maybe a little bit of a shake and bake here somewhere around this $10 area. Pull back before it make a little continuation upward move. But if it pull back into this balanced area, because I see this right here, we essentially got a little bit of a high volume area, then we could see it come back down to this $8 level. And this might be a good trade location to monitor to see would there be some opportunity to trade back up to the upside. And if for a continuation on the upward move, I would essentially use this, once again, the Fibonacci extension tool, and look at this, this symmetry move here, okay, on this swing, and look for this thing to swing back up. And if we go back to 100%, then we're essentially looking for a level somewhere around this 1489, and for 80% or 78.6, that would be 1336. It's already made a 618 move at 1216. Today it was just 2 pennies shy of that level. So I'll be looking at either the 1336 and the 1489. So those are 2 potential targets for this symmetry move. So the next one I want to look at is VLDR. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Okay, so again, you look at this stock have been moving up, quite nicely in the last 6 months or so, right? And right now I'm looking for this thing to come up and break this pullback trend line here, then come up to somewhere around this 26.5 level, because I have this, here's this big high volume area here, and we're basically looking for this thing to stay above this value area high here, because right now, essentially based on this volume profile, here's the value area high, here's the point of control way down here at the low here. So if we go back, right, that's way down here. So it's kind of distorted, and if I were going to do this be basically looking at this balance area. This is the probably the balance area here, and then we're essentially looking at this as a potential point of control for this balance area, because this is where the highest volume, I mean, this is the price level where traded with the most volume. So that's basically I'll be looking at this 2316. If we could break out of this trend line, then I'm looking for this 2650 come up to this resistance here. Then if we could break out, then I'm be looking for it to come back up and retest the high, which would be somewhere near the 34 area. So that's the upside for that. But if it's on the downside, then I'd still be looking for this thing to come down and possibly find support here and then bounces back. So the downside support level that I'd be watching would be 1977 area. So I'm basically looking for this thing to break out of this zone here and move up to this 31 area, 31, and then possibly up to the 34, the previous high here. Now, the last but not least is Luminar Technology. It's a recent IPO stock to SPAT, right? And there's a lot of hype on this thing, and you can see that the price really shot up, from this 10-ish area and all the way up to this 48, 49 area. Okay, then it pulled back down to the 22, and right now it's coming back up. It seems to be consolidating in this high volume area here right now. So what I'm looking at right now is basically for this thing to continue to bounce around here and eventually break above the 3630 and come up toward this high, this value area high here, somewhere around this 44, okay, in the near term, to come up here and possibly break through and maybe get back up and retest the old high. If it come down, then basically looking for this area here. There's a little gap here, somewhere around this 28 area to get filled. But basically, if it come down here, I'm looking for this thing to see would it be able to find support and then bounce back up. So the upside target is basically looking at this 44 in the near term and possibly a new high above the 48. Okay, then the downside is essentially we're looking for potential support near the 28. So as you can see, this stock is already making a massive move already. Okay, but that doesn't mean that it is coming to an end of this move. And of course, the market is really extended and a lot of people is looking for a correction. And who knows, we might get one. But until then, we're basically looking at these stock and then see, could you ride the next trend, the autonomous driving trend for 2021. So I hope you find these stock interesting. And once again, if you have some other autonomous driving software or hardware development company that is involved in this segment, drop me a note on the comment section below with the ticker symbols, and I will take a look at it. Be sure to smash that thumbs up to help me share and promote this video. Thank you for watching. Good luck on your trading and stay safe.